So this is a tutorial on how to combine a line drawing with a photo in similar style to Mahole Neji. So here you have the line drawing, okay, just in this bottom layer here. Now you want to make sure that it's a JPEG and that you can, and so that allows you to easily drag and drop it. So here's my line drawing of the Jack Payne Center. Now from here you want to have it see-through, so you want to delete the white background. So one of the ways to do it, I'll just get rid of these layers for you, is to select all, so Control A, Control C, Control V. Then from there go up to the magic wand tool. Now it may be hiding, so you want to hold down your left click button on the mouse and then select the magic wand. Then from there go to your picture, make sure the tolerance is about 100 and then click a white area. And so you can see there that it's mostly or all selected. For some of you it may not be totally selected. Only say a small section may be selected. Alright, for me it's gone through the whole picture and selected all the white. Alright, then you can just press delete. Oh, I'll just go back to the background. Just press delete. Sorry, made a mistake there. So you just press delete, and then what you're seeing now is the actual white of the background. So if I take that away, you can see that I've deleted all the white. Now to get rid of the little selection or the little ants around here, you want to press Control D and it takes away that selection. Right, now you want to drag in your picture. So here's my picture here. I'm going to go Control C, click here, Control V, so copy and paste. And now I'm going to make it larger, so Control T. I'm going to make it slightly larger, just to fit on the fit over the whole picture. And then press Enter. So now what I want to do, because I can just about but hardly see it, what I want to do now is use the polygonal tool, and you can start clicking away. Now what this does is it just draws straight lines. So you can see I'm drawing straight lines here, and I made a selection. Now from this selection what I can do is I can go Control C, Control V, and I've copied a section from that photo. And so I'll show you now. There's that section I've copied, and now you can put it over the top of your line drawing, or put it, sorry, at the back of your line drawing. And then from there you can take other sections. So for example, I'm going to take probably a large section, probably a large square section. So you go up to the tool up the top there, so this tool here, okay, it's called the rectangular marquee tool. Then draw a selection like so. Make sure the layer is selected and go Control C, Control V. And if I take away that bottom photo, you can see that I've made a little rectangle there. Now I don't want it to be totally lined up. I want it to be a little bit off center. And what you can also do now is start lowering the opacity. So you can lower the opacity right down, say to about 70%, and you can actually create interesting effects. Now I want to drag this right up to the top because I want it slightly over the top like that. And so you can play around with different compositions and different ways of having the image. So you need to make sure you make 3 images or 3 different compositions altogether. I'm also going to try this image here, so I'm just going to drag and drop that on there. There it is. I'm going to press Control A, Control C, and then I'm going to click here, Control V. So I'm going to just make that just a little bit larger. Press Enter, and now what I'll do, I'll use the this tool here, the polygonal tool, lasso tool, and I'm just going to click over the top just to get some interesting shape here. like that, and I'm going to go Control C, Control V. Now I'll hide that so you can see there's a different section there. Now I'm just going to also reduce the opacity a little bit. There you go. Alright, now another little trick, if you don't want the little squares in the background, what you can do is you can make a new layer just down the bottom here. Click that, and make sure you drag it all the way to the bottom, like so, and then fill it with the paint bucket tool just over here, and you've got the white selected. Fill it with white, and there you go, you've got a nice white background to work with. So from here you want to try different layouts, different compositions, try moving things about, and once you're happy with the composition you can go File, Save As, and you can actually save it as a JPEG and save it somewhere you know, and you can call it for example anything you want. You could call it line drawing with photo 1, and as you make the 3 you can call it 2 and 3. So you want to save it as a JPEG because it makes life a lot easier when you start putting it on your PowerPoint. Also, if you want to save it so you can play with it a little bit later, you can go File, Save As, and you can make different copies. So line drawing, Photoshop, make it sure it's a Photoshop drawing, line drawing with photo 1. And you can go back and have a play and start moving things about if you want to check in with me and see if things are okay. And you can just click Save. So make sure you know where you're saving it as well. So that concludes this little tutorial. One other little tip is that if you're using the Move tool, click Auto Select, and you can actually selects the pictures and the layers very quickly, so you can move things about. And I'll just do one more thing just before I go. I'm just going to cut this section out here. So make sure you've got photos over the top, but also make sure that you've got some white popping out as well. Okay, gives you really interesting compositions and interesting effects. You can also try the different layer effects in here. So for example, overlay doesn't quite work, but you can also try screen, and you can also use the arrow buttons to flick through the different layer effects. I personally would just stick with normal. Just increase the opacity there. Okay, and that concludes this tutorial.